and Ricochet. Then we have Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle for the North American Championship. And then we have the UK champion, Pete Dunne, taking on Volta. Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair for the NXT Women's title. And for the main event, we have Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, baby! Taking on each other in a 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Championship. Who wins? Who loses? Let's get in to the nitty-gritty.
Alright, so let's get into this review, shall we?
Yeah, so NXT TakeOver New York definitely was better than Phoenix. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
Let's go to the pre-show. 1, Charlie, fucking hell. Good grief. Sam, you are insufferable.
Sarah Schreiber, I would suffer you all day.
God, you want to talk about me fawning over people? I don't blame him. Sarah Schreiber's beautiful. Pat McAfee, I don't know what the fuck he was wearing. But, we had the $1 Million Challenge, a video game thing.
A thing that nobody cares about, let's move on.
Yes.
I should say, the golden voice dude knows how to work a crowd.
And AJ Styles failed for the game community.
The game community?
Right. And we have Nigel, Morrow, and Percy on commentary, except for the UK title, you had Vic on there.
Yes.
And we start off with the War Raiders, Hanson Rowe versus Ricochet.
Ricochet.
And Aleister Black, NXT tag titles.
This was really, really great match.
Better than I expected.
I mean, I expected a lot from the War Raiders, especially with all the time that they've had off. They could go in fresh.
Right.
Because I think they had to do a lot of recovering, and that's why they've been off TV so much.
Yeah, they did take a lot of bumps during that Undisputed Era match, like at Phoenix. But it was a good match. I mean, you had Ricochet just showing off huge strength, tossing Hanson, who is not a small lad.
Hanson is the biggest of the two. And he held him in his arms for, what, 10 seconds?
10, 15, something like that, which is impressive.
Damn!
Right? This was really good stuff, though. Some close near falls. There wasn't any doubt, though. They got me a little bit with one near fall, but there was no doubt the War Raiders were going to retain. They did.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ricochet and Black, getting a good send-off and everything.
Yeah.
And it was good stuff. It was really enjoyable. It was a really good match. And it's the best the War Raiders have looked in a tag match since they debuted.
Yeah.
People can say, oh, they look great in the War Games match. Yes, but that was 4-on-4. And I'm not disagreeing with anybody. But this is the best they've looked since I saw them at, I believe it was Wrestle Kingdom 12 was their last New Japan match. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Tony Storm and Piper.
Yeah, Piper Nevin in the crowd.
Tony. Whew. Anyway. That was good, though?
Yeah.
We then get to the North American Championship. Velveteen Dream, the champion, versus Matt Riddle.
So Matt Riddle comes out to his usual entrance. He misses a few people because he's a little high. His reaction time's a little slow.
A little high?
A lot of high.
Yeah.
And, he gets the ring. And then, all of a sudden, music starts playing. It ain't Dream's music. I believe it was the national anthem?
Variation, I think.
Yeah. And we just see the statue, and we see a little bit of movement, so we know it's Dream. And he's dressed up like the Statue of fucking Liberty.
Because of course he is. And
the American Dream.
Fucking hell. That was just fucking great.
Yeah.
The dueling Velveteen and Bro chants. The fans were starting to boo Riddle during this though, and Riddle.
And Riddle, smartly realizing this, started to become a little bit more heelish with this, because, I guess he already knew the result was that Dream was going to win this one.
This was a true professional experience.
Yeah. And he worked the crowd. Got a little bit more heelish, got a bit more aggressive to fit what everyone was thinking, because they wanted Dream to retain. And they went with it.
And we did not think that Dream would retain.
No.
But there was this cool spot, like where Kota Ibushi in New Japan, he'll do the spot where he's standing up on the ropes and then he will German suplex a guy from, staying on the apron back into the ring. And Riddle did that to Velveteen, and that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was a really impressive spot. Some close near falls, some good submission. But then, the bro mission,
Yeah.
and Velveteen reversed it
Yes.
into a pin.
Yep.
3.
And he retains, thankfully.
And did a fist bump.
Not that I got... Oh, yeah, they had a great sign of respect at the end of it. But I do want to say there's nothing against Matt Riddle on this one, but I do think it was the right decision that Dream retained.
Honestly, looking at it...
It's his first title defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean... And that was the thing. They kind of had to
Like
hotshot...
his first title defense.
Yeah, and they had to hotshot the whole thing with, after Gargano lost the title.
Mm-hmm.
So they kind of had to hotshot this feud. Which, it was a good thing. If they want to go with a rematch at TakeOver for SummerSlam, that's fine. Don't do it at the next TakeOver.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give some time and have Riddle win there? Sure. I don't know if Riddle needs to stay in NXT too long, though.
Yeah.
If they want, I'm not saying call him up right now, but if they want to call him up right after SummerSlam, because they may want to keep Dream down there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They may want to. Who knows? Kushida is in the crowd.
Yay!
I really hope they don't fuck him up. They will. Not in NXT, but they will on the main roster.
But WWE never fucks up every Japanese talent they touch.
No. Why are you making me think about touching Asuka?
I mean, that's just you.
That's a good point. That is just me. Kushida, though, best of luck to him. It's what he wants to do. He did everything he could in Japan. Mm-hmm. Then we get the NXT.
He is more character-driven, so that may prove to his advantage.
It may, but his ability does speak for itself with the right opponents. Mm-hmm. Pete Dunne versus Volta, NXT UK title. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, boy. Is Pete Dunne, does he have any ribs
You call
left?
Pete Dunne pork because he got a lot of chops.
Pork Dunne. Mm. So, yeah, a lot of chops. There was a lot of finger snapping, finger popping.
Yeah, just like...
It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Or like having sex with virgins. Anyway, Dunne lifts Volta.
Yes.
That was impressive. And boy, there's a bad German suplex spot off the ropes where Dunne landed. And, I mean, he almost brained himself doing that. That looked really fucking bad.
Yeah.
I mean, my God.
He got knocked for a loop a bit because, like, there was at one point where he goes to run up the turnbuckle and flip over Walter, and either he slipped or he missed a step, and just nearly outed himself there.
I was very, very scared watching that. And it's nothing against Walter, it's nothing against Dunne. Look, I mean, you can only do some... Wrestling is not ballet.
Wrestling Walter will always be a physical affair. We've seen him live, and...
TV doesn't do justice for how big that guy is.
Or how loud those chops are.
Who the fuck did he face? Was it Chef?
Yeah.
And it was a pretty big guy himself, but he no-sold a couple of those chops, but I think I even saw him afterwards, I think I even talked to him afterwards, and his chest was red.
Yeah, Pete Dunne also no-sold a few of them later on.
But boy...
Although, it's less no-selling, more powering through it.
Right, that's basically it. The submissions, though, great submissions by both guys. I actually thought that Dunne was going to do it. I actually thought that he was going to, because it looked like a few times like he would.
Well, this turned out to be the one match I was wrong about.
Yes.
I mean, that either of us got a point on.
Yeah, that either of us, yeah. Because, I mean, it ended up being 2-1 because we got a few things wrong there. But, yeah. This was enjoyable, though. I really did like this. Walter, hitting some big moves, ends up hitting a splash for the win, and the 685-day reign for Pete Dunne is over. Pete Dunne will probably be called up at some point.
I really hope he's called up to SmackDown.
Oh God, he should be. He could feud with Joe for the U.S. title.
Yeah, or he gets called up to Raw and he just completely breaks Brock Lesnar in the middle of the ring.
We could hope so. Him versus Drew would be fun.
Mm.
I mean, that'd be good stuff, but that's fancy booking. For
England
me.
versus Scotland? That's never happened.
That would never, no. But this was really, until this point, this was the match of the night.
Yeah.
And then we get to, I hate to say the weakest match of the night, but it was the women's four-way, and let me be honest, this was better than Shayna versus Bianca at TakeOver Phoenix.
Yeah.
One, because Duke and Shafir did not interfere in this.
They didn't, and I was surprised.
Well, probably because they would have fucked it up because that's all they did.
Yeah, it would have been too much interference considering what happens next.
Right. Shayna, though, it's Shayna versus Kairi Sane versus Io Shirai, who was my pick, versus Bianca Belair, who was his pick.
Yeah, because I figured they would push her too quickly.
Yeah, which actually,
interestingly, I was wrong.
Didn't we actually pick Bianca for the last one?
Yes.
I think we picked Bianca for the last one. But Kairi was wearing Asuka's colors, as you point out.
Yes.
Kairi and Io attacking each other, striking, trying to submit each other. Moving on. It picked up. It had some good pacing to it. There was an impressive KOD. That's what it's called.
Yes.
You're able to watch much more NXT than I can.
So she hit a couple of them with a COD. And during the match, as things were picking up, Kairi and Io realized they got to start fighting each other. When Io, I believe, had Shayna pinned.
Yes, Kairi stopped it.
Yep, Kairi stopped it. When Kairi tried to return the favor and get a pin on Shayna, or was it Bianca?
I think it was Shayna.
Yes. Io ran and picked it and broke the pin.
Right.
Because the two realized they want to be champion. They got to fight each other for it.
They just got to do all that.
Man, that turned out to be a bad mistake.
You almost called it because you did say Kairi and Io would end up taking themselves out of the match, but after that KOD, Bianca gets trapped in whatever the fuck that
The Kirifuda clutch?
I call it the Barracuda clutch. Because I can't remember that name for some reason.
Kirifuda.
And, yeah, Shayna taps Bianca, which Montez Ford has questions. But I don't want to say this was so deflating, but it's like...
It wasn't as deflating as one would expect it to be. It did bring down the mood a teensy bit, but... It didn't leave that big of an impact with me.
It didn't bring it down like the last one because Duke and Shafir, who are dumb and bad at everything, sorry, they just are. Somebody came up, and if you happen to be watching this, and I don't remember your Twitter handle, forgive me, but somebody says, oh, they may be keeping the title on Shayna to get, to build up the possible 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen, and it's because Duke and Shafir aren't ready. If they're waiting for Duke and Shafir to be ready, it's going to be 2 years. They are not ready. And they're not gonna be ready.
Yeah.
And I mean, Shayna, who wrestles a safe enough style to wrestle into her, 40s, is 38 years old. You probably need to strike while the iron's hot at some point. I would do it at Survivor Series this year unless Ronda's gonna take a lot of time off.
Yeah.
I would get it out of the way because you're gonna need to. Shayna doesn't have a lot of time left, before something could happen. And Duke and Shafir, look, I mean, it's a make or break thing. If that doesn't work, send him back down to NXT and let him friggin' rot. I'm not upset.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, but hey, Io and Kairi didn't get pinned.
True.
But then we get the main event.
Yes.
I'm going to let you take away on this.
Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yes.
And this was... It started off slow. It was like... You kind of half expected them to just go guns blazing from the very start. But they didn't. They took their time. They paced it out well. And they let it heat up near the end. And this was, by and large, probably, would you say, best match of the night?
Easily.
Yeah.
I would say this in the UK title.
With a completely unexpected ending, because we were both expecting Johnny Gargano to get called up. Which I guess was kind of delayed with Ciampa getting injured.
Maybe.
Here's
what I liked about it, though. In the first fall, I liked the build, and it reminded me a bit, not as good, but as a Steamboat Flair match that they had at Clash of Champions 6, which I did a review of, by the way. But also, it was nice to build it slow, because if they were going to go 40 minutes,
yeah,
they were going to have to pace it. This wasn't a Kairi Sane, Shayna Baszler 2 out of 3 falls match. It was like 10 goddamn minutes. War Games, I think it was. War Games 2. But fucking hell, I mean, Cole hit the last shot and got the pin in the first fall.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of super kicks, which shocking.
Second fall.
Yeah.
Let's get to that one.
We had the apron spots.
All the apron spots. Apron spots for days.
Because we know the apron
is the hardest part of the ring. As commentary makes sure to remind us every goddamn time.
So I make sure to tweet it every goddamn time. Gargano went into the post, and that busted him over the eye. I mean, that looked pretty bad.
It was a scrape, but he'll be fine. He'll walk it off. But yeah, after the second fall, which was what?
He got in a Gargano escape, Cole did.
Yeah.
And he tapped out quickly.
Yep. And then as the run up to the third fall occurs, the Undisputed Era, seeing that Adam Cole, Bebe, is in danger, decide to get involved. And I believe at one point it started off with Roderick Strong getting up on the ropes to distract as Gargano goes for the Gargano escape.
Before that, though, remember the table spot, where he did the double underhook into the driver or the buster, Cole did, and then Gargano got back in the ring, and then the Undisputed Era, so go ahead from there.
Yeah, and after that, so Roderick Strong distracts Johnny Gargano. Gargano goes to charge in. Adam Cole takes him down. Ref gets in front, and while Gargano and Adam Cole are having a bit of a scrape up, Adam Cole kicks Gargano into the ref, knocking him out of the ring, allowing the rest of the Undisputed Era to distract him, like at one point raking the eyes of Gargano.
Yeah, it was after another Gargano escape, and Kyle O'Reilly just rakes his eyes.
And they proceed to beat on him a little bit. They get out of the ring, have Roderick Strong toss the ref back in. Then afterwards, what else happened?
There was a last shot, and you thought, okay, this is it. 1, 2, no. Gargano kicks out.
Yes.
No one's kicked out of that.
No.
That I can think of.
And Cole gets sent out of the ring onto the rest of the Undisputed Era. And then Gargano goes outside, throws Adam Cole back into the ring.
Well, first he throws Roderick into the post.
Yes.
Hits Bobby Fish, whose beard and mustache is out of control. Hits a DDT on O'Reilly, running up off the apron and then kicking Roderick. And then Roderick gets thrown into the freaking... Roderick lands into the guardrail. Roderick looked like he hurt himself there.
Yeah, hopefully he's alright.
Right. But then he gets back in the ring and Cole... I think actually that's where Cole hit the last shot.
He hit a super kick, kicked him in the back of the head to bring him down to his knees, then hits him with the last shot. And then Gargano escapes.
Right.
And then Gargano escape.
Yes, the Gargano escape, and you're thinking, okay, somebody's going to interfere, and Cole taps out, and we're just like...
Well, Cole almost makes it to the rope.
And then
gets rolled back to the center of the ring. He skewers it in tighter. Cole taps out. And Gargano's finally achieved the goal.
Right.
That demon on his back.
The Gargano goal.
The Golgano.
Golgano, better. That's
the Gold Gano. Anyway,
like
Johnny is now the NXT champion.
Mm-hmm. I think the Undisputed Era is getting called up.
Yeah. He's now Johnny champion.
And I will say that was a good way to end it. You had Candice out there, and then Ciampa greets him at the ramp, and it's funny because Gargano's even like, he's behind me, isn't he? And I thought maybe Ciampa was going to throw Candice into the LET board or something.
But no. He congratulated them. It's one of those things, he's going to be out for a long time.
6 to 14 months depending on the recovery.
And it also depends on if he's even going to be able to come back.
He may not. Yeah. I mean, I hope he can. But that was... It was really good, though I will say... I liked what Dream and Riddle did, but if I had to rank the matches, it goes this is my opinion, 2 out of 3 falls, NXT UK, tag titles, North American, and women's, and that's going from top to bottom.
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. Well, what do you grade it?
B+. I'll say B+.
I'm going to go A-, but the poll is up here, right there. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can always leave a comment down below and let us know what you think of the show.
You can hit like, you can hit subscribe.
Please hit subscribe.
Wherever it is. But I do want to say, just before we go, we will be reviewing the G1 Supercard. We will not be watching the Hall of Fame because we choose not to be bored.
And why would we review that? That's dumb. Who would do that?
Right.
Again.
Remember how we reviewed it last year and we had like nothing to cover?
Right.
But yes, you will be doing a pre-G1 Supercard stream since I will be at work until 3.
Hopefully I'll be able to get over it.
See what you did there. But yes, we will also be doing a pre-WrestleMania stream.
Yes.
Possibly some Metal Slug. But anyway, do you agree, do you disagree with what we said? Well, yeah, do all that stuff, and the Twitter handles and the thumbnail for this video guy over there.
Yeah, this has been Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I am not Jonn Ritland. I am the Durbinator. And you have a great night.